wanted to ask, when you're talking about seeing individuals engage in that anti-authority and perhaps escalating their beliefs or their motives in that level, I'm wondering what the public can do in order to be vigilant, or what they can do to help in trying to ensure that there is safety and security on that front.
Well, radicalization in general quite often will show by people isolating themselves and changing their behavior, like changing what they're saying on a subject, like becoming more extremist. Like, and if someone you know was very believed in equal gender rights, but all of a sudden are leaning towards like traditional values, and that might be a sign that they're becoming more extremist. But we also have to remember that having the most extremist views is perfectly legal in Canada, and that it's only acting with violence to prove that view that becomes a criminal offense.
What garbage! What an absolutely garbage take. Is she kidding? Is she serious? My God, like, some people are just cooked. I literally lost brain cells listening to this. And that's exactly what they want us to do. They want everybody to lose brain cells. This has got to be probably one of the dumbest things I've ever heard anybody say in my entire life. And the fact that it's coming from a police officer, a so-called person with a position of power and authority, is extremely concerning. And you know, she's a clear example that positions of power, authority, even success do not equate with the intelligence level of a human being. So it's absolutely disgusting on so many levels. But let's just point out the clear and scripted indoctrination, right? She's fumbling over her words as if she hasn't already memorized and prepared for this, you know, to kind of make it seem like an organic response, right? And how do we know that? Like, ultimately, she doesn't even answer the question. So, you know, she's asked the question. Instead of answering it, she just spews out whatever she wants you to hear. And that's kind of how we know this was never meant to be information or genuine beliefs or thoughts. It's just to spew out their propaganda, right? You know, she just spews out her master's propaganda to the Canadians, you know, manipulating them into thinking a certain way, the way that they want you to think, right? And it's absolutely no benefit. It has no benefit to anybody but the globalist elites, right? And every single Canadian, no matter where you come from and who you are, you should be absolutely outraged at this blatant attack on our way of life, everyone's religion, and even family itself, right? It's unbelievable, and it's more than outrageous. And it should open up your mind to what kind of people we're allowing to run our country. Like, it's simply not enough for her to just retract her statements, which she now has done, and to be allowed to remain in her position and to, you know, continue out her authority and get her pension and things like that. Like, she must be fired. But not only her, because it's not fair to just punish her alone, right? She was given that script. She was told what to say. So really, everyone involved in this must issue an apology, right? The interviewer, the news media, the people who shared it on outlets, anyone who helped facilitate this in any way must be made to apologize and must be removed from their position, period. Done. You know, it is not the job of the Canadian citizens to police people's thoughts, right? And force each other what to think. You have every right as an individual to ask and to, you know, express your beliefs and your way of life and all that kind of stuff, your opinion, with free speech. But to ask the citizens of Canada to socially punish others and keep each other in check based off of, you know, certain beliefs and whether they're following the government's agenda or not is absolutely unacceptable. And we need to wake up, because that is communist, socialist mentality, and it's unacceptable, right? So these people, they think they could just regurgitate the same lies over and over again, and that eventually, we're gonna believe it as to be the truth. And unfortunately, for a lot of weak Canadians, sorry to say, it's working for them. And it's unfortunate, right? There's people who don't want this. They're afraid to speak out, and they're being weak, and we got to stop being weak, because it's working on certain weak people. But I have a message for you. I speak on behalf of most Canadians that are afraid to speak out and feel like they have lost their voice in this authoritarian government. We are done. We're done. We, the Canadian people, are not stupid, okay? We see through the lies, we see through the agenda, we see through the propaganda. We're waking up to what's really taking place in this country and all over the world at the highest level of these institutions, right? And plain and simple, together, we're taking our country back.